Yeah. Okay. So under this, we have seen three statements. The first one is the sequence. The second one was the selection, and the third one was the iteration. So it has been broadly classified into three types. We have just basically three types. The first one is the sequence. Sequence is nothing but the flow, the flow of the code takes place from one after the other, one block after the other, and it is always the unidirectional. Only when the block A is been executed, and next the block B will be executed, and later on the block C. So it is like always the execution takes place from top to bottom, one after the other. This is what I told it in the sequence constructor. But whereas okay, so in the next we are just seeing the selection construct. The selection construct, like selection by name itself, it means that you need to choose, you need to pick one. So again, under these we'll be studying the four constraints. That is a simple if statement, if else if, and the multiple selection statement. A simple if here we just, it is also called known as the one-way decision structure. So it is as simple as that. It's your birthday, right? So your parent, like tell that, okay, this is the dress given. No, this is the dress. Okay. So the option here for you is like, if you like, if at all the condition is true, if you like the condition, you will be taking the dress. Like say for example, we'll just take an example of a girl, because for the girl there are varieties. So the girl, she's asking for a jeans for the birthday, but parents are telling no, we are getting only the salwar. So in case if you want salwar, you can wear, or else no birthday dress. That is, it is something like that. Okay. So here, in case the condition is true, you have certain set of statements to be executed. If the condition is false, there is nothing to be executed. Okay. Similarly, here, if you are satisfied with the condition that your parent is telling that you have to buy only salwar kameez for, he is going to buy you only the salwar kameez for your birthday. If you are okay with the condition, you will be wearing that. Something like that. Something like that. Okay. You have only the two options. Either you can take a churidar or a salwar, whatever it is, or you can go for a jeans. But other than this, you can't offer any other dress. Say you can't offer a skirt, you can't offer a long gown. No, no such options. But here also, they have given you two options. But in the two options, you are supposed to pick only one. Okay, only one you are supposed to pick. That is what this it tells about this if else statement. Here, in case this condition is true, your some statements will be executed. Okay, that is statement A. Here in this case, it is the statement A, that is a if block statement should be executed. Yes, statement B will be executed. Okay, at the both the time, both the statements will not be executed. Here in this case, either statement A will be executed or statement B will be executed. That is based on the condition. your else block will be executed only if the condition is false. Whereas your if block statement will be executed only if the condition is true. You need to remember that in this particular case, both these statements cannot be executed. It is as simple as that. You are in the college, right? You have to get back to your home. There are two ways. One is the main road. It takes some time, or you have a shortcut. That is very like you need to pass by some small. So obviously, based on your condition, that is like your decision. Either you will take a main road or the shortcut road. It is as simple as like in case you are in the main road, obviously you will not be in the shortcut road, correct? Or if you are opting for the shortcut road, you will not be there in the main road. So based on the decision, either one only you can do it. Such a scenarios, you will be using this if condition. A will be executed. If the condition is false, statement B will be executed. Right. Once the statement is executed, A is executed, again it will just go back to statement C. Here, if it is false, this statement B will be executed and followed with statement C. Okay. Either to reach C, this is the destination or this is the end of the program. To reach C, either you need to take this path or you need to take this path. You cannot be present at both the paths. This is the destination. This is the destination. When did this get this thing? I didn't notice only. I didn't notice only.
Now itself only.
No, ma'am. No, just now, ma'am. Just now, ma'am.
Just now. So the explanation was done.
No, ma'am.
You are not take both the paths at a time.
Okay, this diagram I explained, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. See here. This is your college, this is your college, and this is your home. Example. Okay. In case you are using this route, obviously you will not be there in this route. So you will be using this path. So, or else you will be using this path. That is based on the condition. What is your condition? The condition is based on the time you are having and the mode of transport. How are you going to this thing? You have a vehicle, you will be using a main road. You don't have a vehicle, obviously you will be using a shortcut road so that you can reach your home very quickly. So in this scenarios, you can use either one of the things. Now with the same thing, we just see an example with this. Right. So the examples would be like wherever you have based on the condition you need to choose first one. So the largest of two numbers to find if a given number is even or odd, or to check if the person is eligible to vote. All such things are the example of this if else construct. In such scenarios, you'll be using if else construct. So I'll use here only. Later on, I will skip all those things later. If else statement example. Okay. If see here your if statement is as I told you, I'll increase the font. Hello. Okay. So it is a lowercase letter only. If I'm just doing if to find the largest of two numbers. I have muted my mic. Sorry. Now I think you can all hear me, right? You people can hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this example is basically to find the largest of two numbers. Here I'll just taking two numbers A and B. So the condition to find the largest of two numbers is a greater than symbol. If A is greater than B, okay. So what I'll do is like I'll just say big is equal to A, else I'll say big is equal to B. I'll close it and I'll just say printf it's really short. Percentage D is big, that is BIG, big. So this is the condition. This what I'll do is like I'll listen. See, this is the code according to the condition. Here, you just check in your program, you will just take the values for A and B respectively. Okay. So the user is going to enter the value for A as well as the B. Say for example, if my A is 5 and B is 10. So it will just see, is 5 greater than 10? No, 5 is not greater than 10. So what happens? This condition phase, it will just come down here to the else statement. So whatever I had in B, this is assignment state operator, right? So whatever I had in B, it will be simply sent to big. Whatever I have in B, it will be simply sent to big. At the end, after coming this, it will just print big is big. That is, the value in big will be printed here. The percentage you are giving the format, no? Here the value 10 will be substituted here. So it will just print 10 is big. So in case my A is 10 and B is 5, at that time what happened? 10 is greater than 5. The condition is true here. At that time what will happen? This statement will be executed. Whatever you have in A, that will be sent to big, right? Then it will ignore this part of the statements. It will directly come and will just print up this statement. So you need to remember one thing. In scenarios of if-else statement, not both the statement will be executed. Based on the condition, this statement will be executed. Like what happens to the other statement? The other statement will be simply ignored by the compiler. The compiler will ignore the other statement which is not true. Got it? And here you can also have one more option to find the largest of two numbers. What you can do is like here directly you can write a print statement. So you're saying printf percentage d printf A is big. Take percentage D is big, or you can just say printf A is big. Here you can just say printf B is big, and you can also delete this statement. That is also correct. All these things I'll just show you in the practicals. Okay. Now, do you have any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts? Shall I continue?
Continue, ma'am.
Okay. The next is called as an if-else if statement. What is this if-else if statement? It is also called as multiple way branch decision structure. Say, in simple, if you had only one condition, if the condition is true, that statement would be executed. That is only one option you had. If you want, you can use that option or else no option, right? When it comes to if-else statement, you had two options. Okay, you had two options. Either one you are supposed to choose. When it comes to if-else if statement, here you have more than two options. Multiple options you have here, right? But in these multiple options, you can choose any one itself. Again, here you can't go for everything. You can choose any one, right? You want jeans, you want the options of variety. Jeans, skirts, gown, chudidar, or what do you say, kurti, whatever it is. You have so many options. That is depend again your program. So it will be at least more than two options will be there. And the options can be 10 also, or any number of the options it can be. So based on the condition, only one set of the statements will be executed and the rest are all ignored by the compiler. So I'll just write the syntax. Syntax goes like this. Since you have the multiple statements, multiple conditions, we will just write if condition 1. This you are checking for the condition 1. In case the condition 1 is true, you will just say statement 1 will be executed, right? Else if condition 2, then it will just check for the condition 2. If the condition 2 is then the statement 2 will be executed. This will repeat okay. Else if condition n, that is the last condition. See, why we are giving here is condition n is there because it will, this particular thing will work for any number of statements. It might be, the conditions might be 3, the conditions might be 4 or 5. See, when we mention it is n can be any value. So statement n will be executed. Okay. The next, else you have something called as default statement. Then you have statement n plus 1. Okay. Now I will explain this default statement. You have else, you have else is small. Remember for if condition, there is no semicolon. Only for the statements you have the semicolon, and for the rest you don't have the semicolon. You have to remember this. Then I go here, Times New Roman, yeah. I want everything in one. Artist stretches. Okay. Okay. This I'll explain now. See here. You're just checking for the condition. If condition 1, right? If the condition 1 is true, the statement 1 will be executed. If the first condition is true, you are entering. The first condition is true, your statement 1 will be executed, and it will just come out of this if statement itself. It will come out of if statement and it will execute. It will just come and the cursor will be there. Here statement n plus 1 condition, here the statement will be there. Rest all the statements will be ignored. Or else, in case if the condition, the first condition is false, it will just go and check with the second condition. In case this condition is again false, it will just go and check for the third condition. This will repeat till it will attain to the last condition in the statement. It will check for the last condition. Here again, when you're checking for the last condition, again either the condition might be true or false. In case the last condition is true, the last statement will be executed. Else, in case the last condition is false, at that time you have something called as the default statement. The default statements will be executed. The default statements are the statements which will be executed when no other condition are if no other conditions are true, at that time, the default statements will be executed. If none of the conditions are true in your program, at that time, you have something called as default statement. This particular statement will be executed. Now, we will just see the flowchart format for this. Yeah, this is the flowchart format. See here. You have the first condition. For everything, you can just see there is a true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. This is the first condition. For this first condition, in case the condition is true, the statement 1 will be executed and directly it will just come and it will execute statement n plus 1. All this rest it will ignore. When condition is true, it's it. When there are so many options, when you're happy with the first option, obviously we will not go and check with the next option, right? Or else if this condition is false, then you have what you called as this condition 2. This condition 2 will be checked. Here, in case the condition 2 is true, the statement 2 will be executed and it will just come out. Or else it will go on. Here, 3 dots should be there. It means that it will be checking for the last condition. Means how many other condition is there, that conditions will be checking. The next, this one will be a condition n. It is not condition 3. This is condition n. In case this condition n is true, a statement n will be executed. That is, that statement n will be executed. Yes, if the condition is false, you have something called as default statement. This default statement will be executed. Remember, default statement will be executed only when all other condition goes wrong. It is this scenario where you will applicable. Say you will applicable. It will be applicable. For example, for grading the students' marks. Say here you can just say if marks is greater than or equal to 85, here you'll just say it is distinction. Else, if marks is greater than or equal to 65, it is first class. Marks is greater than or equal to 55, second class. Marks is greater than or equal to 40 or 35, it is pass. Else means when else it is fail. That condition I will type it and show it to you. This you have already done, right? In the this program have you executed in the lab?
No, ma'am.
Mark grading execute madilva madilvenri. Have you not done? Have I not shared? Wait, let me confirm. Let me check if I'm not. Because I've shared a lot, so I'll have this thing. Banu. Simple interest, largest of two numbers. Only 5 programs you have done.
Yes, ma'am.
Only 5. Okay. Okay, not an issue. I'll just type in. Okay, I'll type in. Marks is greater or equal to 85. I will say printf distinction. Else, if marks is greater than or equal to first class alla, first class is 60 alla. Greater than 60 and less than greater than this is I'm just simply giving maybe what do you say? I'm simply giving in the sense it will not be exactly as like first class or something. Adu 65 or 70 na, it might vary. Okay, that does nothing, but code is important. Okay. Yeah. Okay, better. I will take this to next slide. Okay. Delete. Right. First class. So I will delete this. Delete. So else if condition marks is greater than or equal to, I'll just take 50. Then I will just say printf printf. I will say second class distinction first class next. Else if marks is greater than or equal to, I'll take 35 is a passing marks, right, in your PUC. So I'll take that. Then I will just say printf printf. I will say pass class next. What I will do is like I'll come here. I will just say else. I'll say printf printf. I will say fail. So here my program ends. So here I have first condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, and this is the fourth condition. This is the fourth condition. Else you can have this flower bracket or you need not have this flower bracket. Doesn't make any much difference. Okay. So this one. If the marks is greater than or equal to 85, say for example, the marks entered is 70. Okay, it will just come and check here. Is it greater than 85? No, the first condition it will not go. So again, it will just come and check here. Is marks 70 greater than equal to 60? Yes, it is greater than. At that time, what happened? Printf first class, this will be printed and it will just come out. That's it. Your program will stop its execution. Okay. Else, say for example, the marks entered is 20. At that time, what will happen? It will just check. Is marks greater than or equal to 85? No. Just come. Second condition. Is marks greater than or equal to 60? No. Else, if marks is greater than 50? No. Is marks greater than or equal to 35? No. So here you have 4 conditions. All these 4 conditions is also fail. This is the last condition. Okay. At that time, what happened? Else, if all the conditions was failed, in else you are writing fail. That is the default statement you are writing fail. Okay, so it will just display fail. The particular student is fail in this particular thing. So here you have these in this particular if else statements. You have the multiple options based on the condition. Either one set of the statements will be executed, and you have something called as a default statements. A default statements will be executed only when all other statement goes false. Only when all other statements are false, your default statements will be executed. Understood? So next, this thing, we have something called as the next statement is multiple selection statement or switch case. The next is switch case.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, you have written that statement n plus 1 no, ma'am. What's the purpose of that, ma'am?
N plus 1. Okay, I'll just tell you. In case there are any statements in the in your program, in such a case, that particular statement will be executed. In case there are no statements, say in this particular scenario, in this particular previous example, you are printing all the results here only. So the n plus 1 statement will not be there. In your flowchart, in the place of n plus 1, you will be writing stop. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
In case there are any other statements to be executed, only then it will execute. Or else you're just going to end. In this particular scenario, in this particular example, your n plus 1 is not there. But in a syntax, the n plus 1. Hello, what? Somebody is having any doubts? What? Let me know. What is the doubt?
No, ma'am, that one by miss they unmuted themselves.
Okay. So this is the last case in this thing. Switch. I'll do this and I will close. Okay. In the next 3 statements, we'll just see in the next class. So switch. So in the switch case also, it is the same as of your if-else-if statements, because here also you will have a multiple statements based on the condition. You are going to choose either one of the statements, but here the syntax is bit different. That is only the change. The syntax is a bit different. In the while executing this execution time, the time it takes for the execution is less. Is value 2. Statement 2. Break. Case. Yes, value n. Here you have statement n. And here you can just see there is only the difference between the syntax. or else it is the almost the same. In the switch case also, you'll have a various options based on your condition. You need to choose anyone, and when none of your statements are executed, at that time you have something called a default statement which will be executed. Default statements are the statements which will be executed when all others condition goes false. And a statement n plus 1 statement, it means that in case there are any other statements in your program, that statements, you're talking about that statement, that is again depending upon your program. And just a minute, I will, all these are lowercase itself. While typing, just by default to take that default. Your break is also small b. Yeah, for everything, your statement is also small s only, but for the statement it does not make any difference. That's the reason I'm not touching it. Okay. See here. Here it's just the same scenario, but how this will work, I'll just show it to you. Here, the condition, this condition, it will just check. The condition will be passed here. This condition, it will say if at all the condition is an expression, okay, that expression will be stored and you'll get a value. Here, what it will do is here, this condition and the values, these are, you have the what you call as case value 1, case value 2. I'll make this as 1. Okay, these are nothing but the labels, case labels. We call it as a case labels, that are case number. Okay, it is going to match. Is this is equal to this? In case there is an match found, at that time this particular set of statements will be executed. Yes, it will just go. The condition will be checked with the case values. If this test condition is equal to the case value 1, at that time statement 1 will be executed. Yes, this condition will compare it with the case value 2. It will compare it with the case value 2. At that time, in case there is a match found, the statement 2 will be executed. This repeats till the last condition in this statement. If this condition is equal to the last value, there is a match found. If this is equal to this, at that time, the statement n will be used. Yes, if no other statements, this is the last statement. No, n means it is the last condition. If this last condition is also goes false, then you have something called as a default statements which will be executed. Yes, the default statement and the statement n plus 1 are definitely different. Default statements are the statements where it will be executed when all other condition goes false, the default statements will be executed. What is this statement n plus 1? See, this is when whatever we are talking is like this is a condition in my program. It's a code snippet. In case after this, in case there are any other statements, that statements we will refer it as n plus 1. Okay, this statement, this n plus 1 is not part of this particular condition. Remember, this n plus 1 statements are the statements which will, in case if at all there is in the program, that statements we are referring it to. But default statements are the part of this particular condition. And in this particular program, the statement n plus 1 might be there or it might not be there. I will, in this example, what I will do, I will write a program such a way that you will have this statement n plus 1. Okay. I'll show you that also. Wait. That actually, I'll usually that n plus 1, I will explain you the if else statements only, but again, I had to type in. That's the reason I 10 plus 1. At that time, it will be very easy for you. Okay. I will copy this. Okay. Because I want everything in a single this thing. That is the reason I am just doing this. So I will just say switch operator, okay, is value 1. Okay. In this here, what I will do, I will just say RES. I have not explained about the break statement. I will explain it when I'm doing this thing. Okay. Addition, subtraction, this is subtraction. So RES is equal to N1 minus N2 delete. I will, what I do is like I want this again. So typing might take time. So I'll Control C, I'll copy. And I will paste. Yeah. So here what I will do is like I will use multiplication symbol. So I will change the symbol asterisk multiplication. Here I will use the division symbol. I will use this. Okay. I also have one more modulo. Similarly, like this, you can use the modulo symbol also. Okay. Okay. I'll use this here. Not problem. Chinga, pin, chin. No, I'll remove this because I want everything in one sheet only. Okay. For that reason, I'm removing nothing else. I will remove this division also. We'll just see. This you can add. Similarly, you can add. Okay. Default, I just say print, printf. You can say into a valid operator. Next, here what I will do is like I'll come here. Statement 10 plus 1. This is the statement 10 plus 1 here. Printf result. Result is equal to percentage t, comma res. And I'm just closing this. See what happens here. Switch operator is there. In the program, say you will just write. These are the inputs in the program. You will just say main function. I'm directly going from the main function, opening flower bracket. You will declare all the variables, and next time you'll just say do, right? And next you will just say enter in an operator. Enter an operator. At that time you will happen when you enter the operator. Say in case if you have entered the asterisk symbol, multiplications of this symbol. So what it does is like it will just compare. Is this and this equal? No. Is this and this equal? No. Is this and this equal? Yes. There it is equal. There is a match found. At that time what will happen? This set of the statements will to be executed. It will just say what is your N1? Already you would have taken the input, right? Say in case my N1 is 2 and my N2 is 2. Okay. So here it will just 2. 2 into 2 is 4. The result will be 4. And this break statement, whenever you have a break statement, it will just come out of the switch case itself. Which is the switch case? This is the end of the switch case. It will just come out and it will print the result. What is the result it is going to have? It is having 4 in the 4 as the value in the result. The 4 will be displayed as it is. Say for example, I am going to use some other symbol. Say question mark symbol I am going to use. Now, here we will just check. Is here I have the question mark. Yet is question mark equal to plus symbol? No. Is question mark equal to this symbol? No. Is question mark equal to this symbol? No. At that time, what will happen? It will, you have something called as default statement. That is, it will just ask you to print enter a valid operator and your thing will be end there. Okay. Next, why do you require the break statement? Say for example, in case you don't use this break statement, what will happen is, let's say for example, operator is plus, the first condition is only true. At that time, what happens? Here, if in case I don't use the break statement, here 2 plus 2, 4 will be executed. Again, it will go and execute the next statements in the program. That is the reason break statement is very important. A break statement is it is used to, it will just come out of the entire structure itself. That is the switch case structure itself. It will just come out. Okay. And here for your default statement also, you have to put break. In case you don't put break for your default statements here, this also will execute. This printf, this also will execute. Whenever you have this break statement, it will just come out of this. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the n plus 1. In your switch case, a break statement plays a very important role, and it is compulsory. You have to include a break statement. It is a keyword. It will indicate that it is the end of this particular case. You have this case, it will indicate that this is the end. Okay. In case you don't use this break statement, it will continue the execution. Means whatever the statements you have, the next statement, that statements also will be executed.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
I'm closing.
If default statement is executed, what will be the result, ma'am?
Enter the valid operator, it will ask. Or you can write anything here. You can just write oops. Oops. Wrong input. It will just display this. You will just say oops, wrong input. Got it?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Anything you can write. Or you can also mention here. Okay. Enter only the symbol you can just show. Star plus where is this? You can just show like this. That time in the next run, you can, it clearly tells that you are supposed to enter this only.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
Here, this is the n plus 1 statement. Printf is the n plus 1 statement. Please don't get confused with the default statement. See, this is the switch case. Switch case is ending here. See, switch case is ending here. Whatever you have after the switch case is the n plus 1 statement. Banu, understood? Whatever you have after the case, I'll show you here also. Wait. See, here in your syntax also it is showing here. This is the switch case opening. This is the end of the switch case. Your statement n plus 1 will come after the switch case condition. That after in your if else if also. See here. Here. If else if. This is the if condition. Okay. This is here it is closing here. So the statement n plus 1 does not belong to this. It will, the statements which are after the if else if conditions, that is only this thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm just closing now. Okay, then thank you. Go
Thank
through
you,
it. In case you have any doubts, you can ask me in the next class. That is
Okay, ma'am.
tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a nice day. Stay safe.
Thank you,
Bye, bye,
ma'am.
bye. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.